What's up, everyone? It is Jason Jani. Welcome back to my channel. I'm grateful that you are here. We are here in my warehouse, and I'm getting ready to stage for a weekend full of events on deck, on my calendar. 3 weddings that I'm looking forward to crush. I'm going to show you some footage of some of these weddings, but I wanted to record a quick video and give you an update on how I feel about some of the vehicles that we use here at SE, specifically my high roof extended Ford Transit van. Now, a year and a half ago, I bought this van and I use it a lot for myself, but the company uses it for different events too. We've got a number of vehicles here at SCE. Actually, in total, we've got a ton of vehicles, but the company itself owns a handful of vehicles. We've got my van that I use a lot, the Ford Transit extended high roof. We've got a small Ford Transit, and we've got a Dodge 1500. So we've got a couple different vehicles, a couple different applications, and I wanted to record an update because I just hit 20,000 miles on my big Ford Transit van. And I have to say, and go on record, after using this van now for over a year and a half, every weekend, that this van still is so impressive. I've gotten a lot of messages about the van. I've got a lot of messages about some of the things I've done to the van. So I figured I'd record a quick video and just show you some of the ways that I load in, some of the equipment that I use, and the ways that I set this van up so that it works for me, whether I'm doing small events or really, really large events. So let's start with kind of the foundation. Everyone wants to know about gas mileage because gas is so expensive. For me, this van gets anywhere between 14 and 18 or 19 miles per gallon, which is insane because I had a diesel truck pulling a trailer before, and I got great gas mileage without the trailer, but when I had my trailer on and I used an 8x14 or an 8x16 trailer, I would get somewhere in the area of 7 to 10 miles per gallon with diesel, which is more expensive than gas. This van, I get pretty much double, and it's freaking awesome. I can fit a giant setup in this van, and when I need more space, I just take one of the other vans at SCE, or we rent another van, or we get a box truck or whatever. But for 90 to 95% of the events that I personally do, this van is more than enough. The issues with this van are pretty straightforward and pretty easy to understand. If you're working in city environments and you have to use a parking garage, like if we drive down to DC, for example, this van is not the easiest to work with because there's only a handful of places that you can park this van because it doesn't fit in a parking garage. Other than that, this van is super boss. It's super easy to drive, whether you're familiar with vans or not. It's super smooth. It's very, very comfortable. I've updated the radio and sound system so it's a lot more enjoyable when I'm driving, and I've done some things to the back of the van to make it easier to use loading in and loading out. I know there's a lot of cool accessories and ways that you can trick out these vans. I've kept it pretty basic and I've kept it pretty straightforward, and I actually use a ramp that I could move around. I could use for the side door or the main door in the back, but I primarily use an aluminum 10-foot ramp that is 4 feet wide, and it's awesome. Only thing about this ramp that kind of sucks is that it's like 100 pounds. So you got to stay working out, you got to stay fit, or you need to have someone with you at all times to use this thing because it's heavy. This is actually the ramp set up right now, and it's super easy to roll any one of the cases up this very easy gradient into the van. One of the other things that I did with this van that I think is super important to know is I installed 2 tracks of E-Track. One low that I can hold cases or tanks to the side of the van, and I put one up high, which actually we use these cool like spine divider things. We put a 2x4 in it, and this becomes like almost like an attic for us. And this right here is where I store that ramp, as well as all of my trusses go on top of this. Anything big, anything that just needs to get out of the way goes on top here. There's plenty of space for my furniture, plenty of space for my speakers, plenty of space for all the rest of the stuff that I bring when we have CO2 tanks or Class D fire extinguishers. Everything gets kind of ratcheted to the bottom here in the back of the van, and super, super easy. Now, I did some other things to the van, like I did the sound system, I did some speakers and a subwoofer just so I can enjoy the beats when I'm riding to and from my events. And I did a partial wrap where I took the SE logo in matte black and I put it on the outside of the black van, and I think it looks super crisp. I've also tinted the driver and passenger window as well as the windshield. If you're a DJ looking for the perfect vehicle to kind of do a lot of stuff, and you're not someone that's interested in doing like the trailer thing, I did the trailer for a long time. I absolutely love having a van because anyone can drive it. It's super easy for me and I don't have to worry about it. I can even keep it loaded, pull it into my warehouse, and it's good, it's secure. I don't have to worry about anything in it. When I had the trailer, I always kind of thought about, you know, could it get broken into? Could someone steal it? What happens? What if this? What if that? No security, whatever. With the van, I don't have any of those problems. And I think that's a big plus, especially for me in the Northeast, because you never know who's lurking, who's trying to get something. And you know what? People do crazy things sometimes. Anyway, the van is something that I would recommend to anyone, specifically the Ford Transit line of vans. We've got this one, I've got the small one, which is super boss. We use that primarily for small lighting events, small DJ events, and our photo booth business. Man, I tell you, like, this van really has impressed me. It's blown my mind. Jeff Scott's got one of these, PK's got one of these, Bobby Love's got one of these, and I think Jeff just hit like 130,000 miles on his van. I mean, that's pretty insane. The maintenance in comparison to some other large vans like the Sprinter is minimal because it's a Ford product and you're not having to do these crazy Mercedes services. I don't know, it's been easy to maintain, it's been super easy to drive, and I would highly recommend and encourage anyone that's looking to get into the van game to consider one of these Ford Transit vehicles because they're awesome. If you have the space and you have the need for a large vehicle, the Ford Transit high roof extended is definitely something that I can get behind and co-sign because I absolutely love mine. As a matter of fact, I want to get rid of our Dodge van and get another Ford Transit van because that's how much I like this van, and that's how easy this van is in comparison to even the Dodge 1500, which I think it's an okay van, but this one's so much better. It's so much easier and just so much cleaner to drive. I don't know. I just think it matters. Anyway, if you have questions about the van, you have questions about the ramp, you have questions about anything at all, throw it in the comments down below. I'm happy to help, share, and add anything I can to the conversation there. And I appreciate you guys checking out this long-winded, very quick behind-the-scenes video. Be on the lookout for more content coming right here to the channel in the days, weeks, and months ahead. And thanks for watching.